Chapter 1, Mishnah 1. The Torah teaches that if a person wishes to pledge his value to the Beis Hamikdash, he may do so in one of two ways. He may make a vow to give his actual value, i.e., how much he would be worth if he were sold as a slave, or he may vow to give his erech value. An erech value is a fixed amount set by the Torah for each age group, depending on whether the person is a man or woman. See Vayikra chapter 27, verses 1 through 8. It does not take into account the person's actual value. In either case, once a person makes such a vow, he becomes obligated to pay that amount to the treasury of the Beis Hamikdash, temple treasury, to the fund that is used to pay for the upkeep and repair of the Beis Hamikdash, Perek HaBais. A person may also make a vow to give the actual value or erech value of another person. In this case, the amount he owes is what the other person is worth, either as a slave or according to his erech bracket. This first chapter discusses the rules for erech pledges. Anyone can make an erech vow to give his own or someone else's erech, and anyone can be the subject of an erech vow by someone else to give his erech. Similarly, anyone can make a vow to pay another person's actual value, and anyone can be the subject of a vow by someone else to give his actual value. It does not matter whether the people making these vows or who are the subject of these vows are Kohanim, Levim, or Yisraelim, women or Canaanite slaves. The Mishnah now teaches the law for people born with birth defects that make it unclear whether they are male or female. A tumtum, a person whose private parts are covered by a thick membrane, making it impossible to tell whether he is a male or female. And an androgynous, a person born with both male and female private parts, can make a vow to pay another person's actual value, since both a man or a woman can make such a vow. And they can be the subject of a vow to pay their value, because they are worth money on the slave market. And they can make an erech vow about someone else pledging to give his erech, but they cannot be the subject of an erech vow, because only a definite male and a definite female can be the subject of an erech vow. The Mishnah now lists people who cannot make either kind of vow, but who can be the subject of them. A deaf-mute, someone who can neither hear nor speak, an insane person, and a minor can all be the subject of a vow for their actual value, and can be the subject of an erech vow as set by the Torah. But they cannot themselves make a vow to give another person's value, or make an erech vow to give his fixed erech value, because they have no understanding of things and are not considered responsible for their actions. Therefore, their vows are not legally effective. An infant less than a month old can be the subject of a vow to pay his actual value, but he cannot be the subject of an erech vow, since the Torah does not give an erech for an infant less than 30 days old.